I want to tell you about someone I know. Good job, own place, degree on the wall, phone full of contacts by every single metric. This person should be happy. And one night they texted me. Not a crisis text, not dramatic, just 3 words. Something feels wrong. And I didn't know what to say. Because from the outside, nothing was wrong. Everything was right. Everything was exactly right. But here's what I've learned since that night. That feeling, that quiet, unexplainable emptiness that shows up when life is supposed to feel full, is becoming the defining feeling of an entire generation. And what if I told you it's not random at all? There is a specific kind of emptiness that doesn't make sense on paper. It's not depression, not burnout, not grief. It's quieter than all of those. You wake up, you go through the motions, you do the things, you come home. And somewhere between unlocking your door and lying in bed, you get this feeling. Is this it? Not said dramatically, not a breakdown, just a quiet thought. It floats across your mind at 11:47 p.m. while the room is dark and your phone is the only light. Is this actually what living feels like? And the terrifying part? You can't explain it to anyone because you're not failing, you're not struggling, you're not visibly broken. So how do you tell someone I have everything and feel nothing? You don't. You just scroll a little longer, you sleep a little later, you smile when you're supposed to, and call it fine. But here's what the data says. What if your normal life is actually a global pattern? For most of human history, people compared themselves to their neighbors, and then smartphones happened. And overnight, your measuring stick became a guy in Dubai posting his Lamborghini at 20, and you're 23, 9 to 5, small apartment, savings account that makes you nervous to check. And this feeling creeps in. Why am I so far behind? But here's the truth. You're not comparing fairly, because what you see is not even real life. You spent 16 years in school. You learned algebra, history, photosynthesis, but nobody asked, what do you actually want? And then you arrived, degree on the wall, job on LinkedIn, and that thought appeared. Is this it? What if success was never meant to feel like this? 500 followers, 1,000 likes, group chats with 47 people in them, and still, 73% of Gen Z feel alone sometimes or always. And I think about that person who texted me. They wrote, something feels wrong. They had people around them, but no one they could tell the truth to. So what happens when connection is only an illusion? What if the emptiness isn't a malfunction? What if it's information? What if your mind is telling you this isn't the life you actually want? And nobody prepared us for that. So what do you do when your life feels right but still feels wrong? I'm not gonna give you a 5-step plan because that's not how this works, but I'll tell you what happened. They started being honest. One real conversation, one real moment, and something shifted. But the final truth is even simpler than that. And maybe that's where it starts. Not with clarity, with honesty. If this felt like something you've been carrying alone, you weren't alone. Subscribe to Shadow Protocol because this channel exists for exactly this. The conversations nobody else is having honestly.